There we go. Okay. So some balance work, some core work, shoulders and neck. Wonderful. And then maybe some breath for our good old nervous systems. That might be helpful. So come to lie down, please. Clear yourself some space. And stretch your legs forward. Reach your arms to stretch out. And take a nice deep, full breath, just coming into yourself. And with your exhale, hug the knees into the chest. Give them a gentle squeeze, lengthen your neck. And just soften the shoulders. So yes, you're bringing the knees in, but without any tension through the shoulders or the neck. And then keep that right knee in and exhale, straighten the left leg out along the floor. And press forward through the left foot, ground the left thigh. And just draw the right knee a little tighter towards you. Take a breath there. And then just change sides. Bring the left knee in. Reach out the right leg. And press forward the right foot, ground the right thigh. And draw in that left knee a little more. Soften the shoulders. And then hug both knees in towards your chest. Take a nice full deep breath there. And with your inhale, reach the arms out to the side. And exhale, drop the knees over to the right. Nice easy twist. And shuffle the right shoulder right a little bit so you can let that left shoulder settle down. Look up or over at the left hand if that feels nice on your neck. But just take a nice full breath into that left rib cage and totally relax your hands, your jaw, your eyes. As you inhale, bring the knees back up to center and exhale, change. Bring them over left. Shuffle the left shoulder left. Let the right shoulder drop. Look up or over at the right. Breathe into the right side. And just soften into the pose. And then inhale, bring the knees back up. Exhale, place the feet down onto the floor. Find neutral through your hips and shoulders. And then bring the right ankle across the left knee and hug in that left thigh or shin. Just so gently press the back of the pelvis down. Soften those shoulders again. And just gently encourage the right thigh away, just feeling your way into that right hip. And then let go and swap sides. So left ankle across the right knee, hug in the right thigh or shin. And as you bring in that right knee, just so gently encourage the left thigh away. And then let go, uncross, and straighten both legs forward again. Reach the arms up over your head and stretch out for a moment and just observe how the floor is giving you feedback so you're in a nice straight line. So we're going to come into Supta Vrikshasana, which is lying down tree pose, to set us up for our standing version of it later. So bring the right foot into your inner left leg. It can be on the inner knee because you're not weight bearing and that doesn't matter. And then keep the left pelvis grounded as you let the right thigh drop down towards the floor. And at the same time, think of wrapping that outer right buttock down towards your left heel. So your hips are staying level on the floor as the right thigh drops towards the ground. and the pelvis is level to the front of the mat as well. Now, last thing, as you're reaching your arms, soften those front ribs back so the middle of your back tries to broaden out across the floor. Take a full breath in, and as you breathe out, bend up the right knee to release the legs straight and change. So bring that left foot into that tree pose, into the inseam of that right leg. And don't be surprised if one side feels a little different than the other. That's okay. Ground the right side of the pelvis so the hips are level, and encourage the left thigh down to the floor. But wrap that left buttock down towards your right heel so the hips are level to the front of the mat. So in other words, the hips are grounded evenly, the left thigh is drawing back, but also the hips are level to the front of the mat too. And as the arms reach, soften those front ribs back. And then you'll feel any tightness into that upper back too. Take a breath. And then with your exhale, bend up that left knee and release the arms. Bend both knees, feet on the floor, and pause for a moment. So take your time, roll off to one side and press yourself up. And let's just come to child's pose facing front. Nice and slow start this evening. So you could have your knees together if you want more of a lower back stretch, or your knees out a bit wider if you need more space for breath. And then that's a bit more of a hip release. So just take a few breaths when you arrive. And just be patient and compassionate with yourself in this moment and in all moments, but really working on it in this moment. Just letting yourself feel how you feel, letting the day have affected you in whatever way the day affected you. And just making the promise to yourself that for this hour, you'll start from where you're at. And you'll just build on the you that exists right now. Embracing all the tightness, embracing the strength, embracing perhaps the tiredness, whatever it is. Just practicing that compassion. Now inhale, glide on forward to all fours. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Exhale, round out your back, cat stretch. Push down through the palms to dome the shoulders. Good. Inhale, lift the crown, lift the tail. Slide the shoulders down the back. Good. Exhale, round the back. Miss Tessa. Let's do that one more time. Inhaling. And exhaling. Nice, Peter. Inhale, neutral spine. Tuck the toes. And exhale, lift the knees to down dog. And in down dog, keep the breath flowing. Just pad out the heels, just easing into the legs. Again, patient and compassionate, even if there's tightness and resistance. Just stretching the hips up and back to get that length through the spine. Take another breath just as you are. Make your down dog still. Stretch it back. Good. And as you inhale, walk your hands back towards your feet, end up at the back part of the mat. Catch the elbows and hang. Feet parallel, knees soft, head heavy. Take a nice deep breath. Maybe shake your head out if that helps you release your knee neck tension. And with your exhale, drop the arms. Inhale, roll up through the spine, gaze down till you're all the way up. And when you come up, shoulders roll back, head lifts last. And exhale, prayer. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. Catch the right wrist up there. Exhale, side stretch left. And just breathe into that right side. Good. As you inhale, come on up. Catch the left wrist. Exhale, side stretch right. Breathe into the left side. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, bring the hands around behind you. Lace the fingers behind your back. Draw the shoulders back. Pick up the chest. You can lift your gaze, but just don't throw the head back. Keep the neck long. Nice stuff. Take a full breath in And as you breathe out, release the hands round in front, lace the fingers again, and round your back like cat stretch. Send the knuckles forward. Try to pull the hands apart. Breathe backwards into the space behind the heart. Gently rock your head left to right, releasing into the root of the neck. And then as you inhale, come to center. Exhale, hands to prayer. Inhale, reach the arms out and up, stretch up high. Exhale, dive all the way down, hands down, soft knees. Inhale, walk the hands forward. Come on back to down dog. And when you get there, stretch the thighs back and exhale. Inhale, come on forward to a plank position, top of a press up. Stay, exhale, bring the right knee to your nose. Inhale, back to plank, lengthen. Exhale, left knee to nose. Inhale, back to plank. Lie down as you exhale. You can drop your knees if you'd like. Point the toes back, come up onto the forearms for Sphinx. As you anchor through the elbows, lift the crown. Step feet just a little narrower and internally spin the legs. Perfect. Lift the crown of the head, draw back through the sides of the throat. Take a full breath in and lie down as you breathe out. Come up to all fours as you inhale. Stay there and round your back, cat, exhale. Now float the right leg back behind you as you inhale. Pelvis level to the floor. Nice, Liz. Knee to nose, exhale, round your back, tuck up the shin. Lift the leg again, inhale, and bring the knee to your right upper arm as you exhale, shin is high. That's it. Inhale, float the leg. Knee to left upper arm as you exhale. Inhale, float the leg. One more knee to nose, exhale, but stay. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, round a little more, bring the knee further in. Inhale, float the leg back behind you one more time, and exhale, step the foot up between the hands. Help the foot forward if you need. Inhale, rise up, low lunge, square the hips to the front, and exhale, bend that front knee. Catch the left wrist. When you're ready, rise up, and exhale, little side stretch right. Take a breath. Peter, drop the back knee for this round. Yeah. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, bring your hands down to the floor. Inhale, turn around to your right, reach the right arm up, and exhale, lunge further forward into the front knee. Turn through the middle chest, reach high through the right arm. And as you inhale, bring both hands down to the floor. Exhale, step on back to down dog. Lift the hips, step that right foot back. Pat out the heels for a moment. Let's press the reset button. Let's keep going with the right leg. So big inhale, float up that right leg behind you. Exhale, knee to nose, round your back. You can come forward a bit like plank. Lift the leg again, inhale. Knee to right upper arm, exhale. Lift the leg again, inhale. Nice, Peter. Knee to left upper arm, exhale. Good, guys. Lift the leg, inhale. And knee back to the nose, exhale. Only stay, inhale. Bring the knee further in with your exhale. And float the leg last time, inhale. And step it forward, exhale. This time, feet hip width apart, back leg straight. Inhale, rise up, crescent pose. Square the hips front. Bend the front knee, nice test. Hook your thumbs, lift the chest, take a tiny arch back. Stretch the core after that. Press back through the left heel. Good. Inhale, both hands come down, front foot stays. Exhale, straighten the front leg, hop in the back foot a step if you want. Hands could be on a brick, shin, ankle, or floor. Now draw that right hip crease back. Nice step, drag the chest forward and fold over the right leg. Just take a nice full breath there. As you inhale, put a little bend in the front knee, look forward. Exhale, hop your hands forward on the floor. Take the brick with you if you're on the brick. Inhale, float up that left leg behind you and pause. Make the hips level to the floor. Good. Super strong and straight through the lifted leg. Try to straighten the standing leg if you can. Maybe be a bit lighter on your hands. Maybe reach the arms out to the side, but firmly tuck the belly in as though you're trying to lift it up off the right thigh. Take a big breath in, hands down. Exhale, step the left foot down next to the right. Take a forward bend. Inhale, chair pose. Bend your knees, reach your arms. And exhale, sink the hips back and down. Inhale, clasp your hands behind you. Roll the shoulders back. And exhale, fold. Stretch the hands up, maybe up and over the head. And again, let your head hang. You might even shake it out. Let's take a full breath there. Inhale, glide it back, chair once again. Stand up, exhale, hands to prayer in front of the heart. Take a clearing breath, a deep inhale. Smooth exhale. Big inhale, reach the arms afresh. Reach out and up. Exhale, fold all the way to the floor, soft knees. Inhale, halfway lift, hands on the shins or the ground. Down dog, exhale, hands down, feet back. Inhale, glide on forward to a plank position and hold. Bring the left knee to your nose, exhale. Back to plank, inhale, and right knee to nose, exhale. Back to plank, inhale, and lie down, exhale. Hands stay by the ribs, point the toes back, and inhale, lift the chest, cobra. Drag those shoulders back. Good, pull the chest forward, round the baby toe side of the foot. Take a full breath in, peel up just another inch, and lie down as you breathe out. Come up all fours, inhale, stay. Round your back, cat, exhale. Left leg floats back, inhale. Pelvis left level. Good, knee to nose, exhale. Lift the leg again, inhale. Left upper arm, exhale, shin up. Well done. Float it back, inhale. Right upper arm, exhale. Float it back, inhale. And bring the knee to your nose, exhale, and then stay there. Take a breath in and curl in a little more as you breathe out. Float the leg back, inhale, and step it forward, exhale. Reach the arms up. So this first one's low lunge. Square the hips front, you got it. Bend into that front knee. Catch the right wrist, inhale, rise up. Exhale, little side stretch left, head back a bit. Frontal hip scoop up. Liz, right hip forward just half an inch. Perfect. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, both hands down. Inhale, turn around left. Reach up the left arm. And exhale, lunge. Draw the shoulders down so that bottom shoulder likes to curl forward. That's it, step. Slide the shoulder blade down your back. Turn more through the middle of the ribs. Inhale, both hands come down. Exhale, down dog. Lift the hip, step the left foot back. Take a breath there. Let your head hang. Press down through the palms. And as you inhale, float up that left leg behind you. Knee to nose, exhale. Lift again, inhale. Left upper arm, exhale. Lift again, inhale. Right upper arm, exhale. Lift again, inhale. And knee to nose, exhale. Now stay there, inhale. Bring the knee tighter in, exhale. And then float it back, inhale. And step it forward, exhale. Feet hip width apart, back leg strong. Inhale, rise up, crescent. Right hip forward a bit. Bend into the front knee. Hook the thumbs or the thumb in front. Lift the chest, tiny arch back. Work the back leg. Press that heel back. Yes. Scoop up the frontal hip points. Inhale, both hands come down. Front foot stays. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Hop in the back foot a step if you want. Hands could go on the brick if that's easier. Left hip crease back. Chest forward. And fold. Let your head hang. Relax in the shoulders, the neck, the jaw. And as you inhale, put a little bend in the front knee, look up. Exhale, hop the hands forward. Inhale, float up that right leg behind you. and make the hips level. Rest back through the right foot. Work the left leg towards straight. Be a bit lighter on the hands or reach the arms out to the side, but tuck the belly up off that left thigh. Ooh, well done, everyone. Full breath in, hands down. Step the right foot down. Exhale, forward bend. Chair pose. Inhale, bend your knees, reach your arms. Sink as you exhale. When you're ready, second interlace. Inhale, shoulders pull back. Good, exhale, fold. Hands might just stretch up. Might stretch up and over. Head might get heavy. Might shake it out. Maybe you can straighten the legs a little more, but spread and relax the toes. And as you inhale, glide it back, chair. Exhale, stand, prayer. Inhale, reach the arms out and up, stretch up high. Exhale, dive all the way down, hands down. Inhale, halfway lift. Down dog, exhale. Ready for our first vinyasa. Inhale, glide forward to plank. You can drop your knees. Exhale, lie down or hover, chaturanga, core strong. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Yummy stretch after all that. Good. Exhale, downward dog. Lift the hips up and back. Take a breath. Inhale, float up that right leg behind you. Exhale, warrior two. Right foot up, left heel grounds. Inhale, rise up, reach out. And exhale, bend that front knee. Belly back. Left leg is strong. Spine is long and tall. Now, in a moment, we're going to transition to triangle and then to half moon, but we're going to give it a go with the hands at prayer the whole time. So as you inhale, bring your hands to prayer. As you exhale, look down at the floor by your right toes. Inhale, straighten up the right leg. And exhale, just tip your body over to the right for triangle. But keep your hands at prayer if you can. Now draw the belly in, turn the ribs round. Keep looking down at that right foot. Feel without the use of your arms how hard the core has to work to keep you here. Take a breath. Now keep everything the same. Inhale, bend the right knee. Exhale, hop in the left foot. As you inhale, float up the left leg, moving for half moon. Keep breathing. Turn the hips, the belly, the chest round left. Keep looking at the ground. Belly strong in. And then maybe start to reach the arms out at this stage, but the right hand stays floating. Take another full breath wherever you're at. Excellent. And as you exhale, land it back, warrior two. Hands on your hips. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, pivot, feet parallel. Inhale, lift the chest upright. And exhale, fold forwards and down. Hands on a block or the floor. Inhale, chest lift, sit bones lift. And exhale, fold. Spread the toes and ground the feet into the floor. Work the legs towards straight without locking the knees. And feel that spine lengthen as the crown of the head draws floorward. And as you inhale, come into a halfway lift. Exhale, hands on your hips. Engage the core with this flat back. Inhale, rise up to stand. Exhale, hands to prayer. Now, put a softness in your knees. Look at the floor in front of you. So now that's, I guess, to the left of your mat. And as you inhale, can you hop the left foot up into a tree pose from this wide-legged stance? Good. Now, remember when you were on the floor, square the hips. Nice. Hips level to the floor. Belly back, ribs back. Keep the ribs soft in. Reach the arms up over your head. Take a breath. As you inhale, hands back to prayer. As you exhale, step that left foot back into that wide-legged stance. Soft knees as you land. Keep the knees soft. Look at the ground for balance. And as you inhale, can you bring that right foot straight up into your tree? You might give it a go and then have to put the foot down and sort it out. It just shocks the body and makes it that little bit more of a challenge. Square the hips front. Draw the belly back, ribs back, and then reach the arms up. Peter, ribs back a little more. Perfect. Now remember when you're on the ground, yes, you're drawing the right thigh back, but keep wrapping that right buttock down towards your left foot. Now inhale, hands back to prayer. Exhale, step the right foot back into the wide-legged stance, soft knees as you land. Good. Inhale, reach the arms out and up towards the sky. Exhale, dive all the way down, hands to the floor, soft knees, remember. Inhale, walk your hands round to the front of the mat. Exhale, step back to downward dog. Stay in down dog or flow through your vinyasa. Inhale, glide it forward. Exhale, lie down or hover. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Pull the shoulders back, pull the chest through. Good. And exhale to down dog. Lift the hips up and back. Take a breath. And from here, inhale, float up that left leg behind you. Exhale, warrior two. Ground the feet, rise up, reach out. Bend that front knee. Press it open. A bit more of that front knee, Tessa. Back leg strong. Great, tail down, ribs back. And now again, look down at the floor by your left foot, by your left toes. Inhale, hands to prayer. Straighten up the front leg. As you exhale, just tip your body over for triangle. So your legs are working. And as you turn the ribs, the belly has to really engage. You might even hear it in my voice. The core is so switched on, the breath has to move into the middle to upper back. Now keep looking down. Inhale, bend the front knee. Exhale, hop in the back foot. Inhale, float up the right leg, transitioning to half moon. Press back through the right foot. Tuck in through the belly. Turn the hips, the belly, the chest round right. Nice, Tessa. Then maybe float the arms out, maybe not. Maybe keep the hands at prayer. Breathe. I think this whole pose comes from the belly. One more breath as is. And as you exhale, bring it back, warrior two. Good, hands on the hips. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, pivot, feet parallel. Inhale, lift the chest up. And exhale, fold. This time, bring the fingertips to the floor and walk the hands away from you. So sort of think fingertip, wide leg down dog. Just stretch the thighs back so you feel lots of length from the wrists through the outer hips. Breathe wide into those side ribs there. Head is heavy, neck relaxed. And then as you inhale, walk the hands back, bring the hands up onto the hips, come into a flat back pause. And then inhale, glide all the way up. And exhale, hands to prayer. Now pick that point in front of you, ground the right foot, and inhale, float the left foot up into your tree. So it's coming into a balance by kind of shocking yourself. And therefore, it's much harder. But in a minute, we'll do it without getting in that way. And by comparison, it feels so much easier. Reach the arms up, ribs draw in. Crown is tall. Nice alignment, guys. Inhale, hands to prayer. Exhale, step the left foot back. Turn the left foot straight, spread the toes. And as you inhale, bring in that right foot. Ooh, and one side might work and the other side not so much. Just observe. Keep the hips square forwards. Tessa, right hip forward a bit, even as you press the right thigh back. Peter, two, right hip forward. Good. Reach the arms up, ribs back. Just take a breath there. Inhale, hands back to prayer. Exhale, big wide step out through that right foot. Inhale, reach the arms out and up, stretch up high. Exhale, dive all the way down, soft knees. Inhale, walk the hands round front of the mat. And exhale to down dog. Stay or flow through your vinyasa. Inhale, glide to plank. Exhale, lie down or hover. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Nice, Tessa, beautiful. Exhale, downward dog. Take a breath there. And then from here, inhale, drop down to your knees. And exhale, drop to your elbows, lace the fingers in front of you. So you want your elbows under your shoulders. Tuck the toes, and as you exhale, lift your knees, forearm down dog. Just take a couple of breaths. It's a nice shoulder opener, this one. Push down through the elbows, and just think of drawing your chest through towards your legs. And then as you inhale, come into forearm plank. So glide the chest forward, but walk your feet back so the shoulders end up over the elbows. Option to drop the knees. Breathe. If you want to make it harder, float the right foot, but try to keep the hips level. Right foot down, float the left foot, hips level. Left foot down. A few more breaths. We're holding a minute, did I tell you? One more. And as you exhale, lift the hips, forearm down dog one more time. Take a breath. And then drop down to your knees. Plant the hands on the floor. And lift back up to down dog. And then from here, inhale, walk, step, or jump the feet up to the hands. And exhale, fold over the legs. Flat back to stand. Inhale, chest draws forward. Arms reach out and up. Good. Exhale, prayer. Stand tall, soften, take a clearing breath. Round the right foot, tree pose, left foot to your calf or inner thigh, above or below the inner knee. And remember when we had the floor as a point of reference, so for a moment, bring your hands on your hips and square the hips forward. Make the hips level to the floor, so there's that wrap of the left buttock down. Then keep that as you stretch the left thigh back. Then reach the arms up overhead, but keep the front ribs softening back. Spread the toes of the standing foot. And if you're starting to feel pretty steady, close your eyes. Find somewhere to relax. One more inhale. And release as you exhale. Good. Ground the left foot. Change sides. Right foot up into your tree. Calf or inner thigh. And like on that first side, just briefly bring your hands on your hips so you can feel hips square forward, hips level to the floor. And keeping that action, good. Then press the right thigh back, but don't swing the hips. Belly back, ribs in, and then reach the arms. Option to close the eyes. Just spread the toes of the standing foot. And breathe, find ease, find softness within the challenge. One more inhale. And release as you exhale. Good. Hands back to prayer. Exhale the breath out. Inhale, reach the arms out and up, stretch up high. And exhale, dive all the way down, hands down. Bend your knees as much as your back would like. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen up. Down dog, exhale. Option again, stay or follow your breath, flow through your vinyasa. Long neck in your back bend. Shoulders pull back to open the chest. Take one more inhale, stretch it back, and drop down to child's as you exhale. Again, knees together or apart, whatever your body calls for. Forehead on the floor or stack your forearms. And just take a couple of breaths, softening, relaxing into this moment. And then if you can, bring the hands under your shoulders. Roll up to sit onto your heels. Good. And then when you're ready, just shift your hips off to one side, release the legs. Keep breathing though. And let's come to cross the shins. Feel free to sit up on the edge of a block or a folded blanket or towel. Gentle flex in the feet. Inhale, lift the chest upright. Exhale, just start to hinge forward. Keep that gentle tone of the core as you hinge. Maybe hands come forward, maybe the forearms drop. Maybe you stay almost upright, just see what feels right. Another breath there. As you inhale, glide your way up. Bring the left hand down by your side. Inhale, reach up that right arm. And exhale, side stretch. Reach up and over the head and reach through the fingertips. Now just briefly, keep everything the same, but reach the left arm as well. So again, you feel the core engage, engage, engage. And then left hand back on the ground and dive a little deeper into that side stretch. Good. And then inhale, come on up. Exhale, hands down. Let's change. So inhale, left arm up. Exhale, side stretch. Reach through the left fingertips. Get lots of space in the left ribs. Now everything stays the same. Sit bones grounded, but reach the right arm parallel to the left. Belly pulls back, ribs draw in. Good. Right hand comes back down. Just deepen into the side bend a little more. Good. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, hands come down. Swap over the cross of the shins. Second cross, whatever you were doing. Lift your chest as you breathe in and fold as you breathe out, forward and down. Might feel different on one side, so just be patient. Hip bones stay grounded. Lengthen the ribs forward and down. Shoulders are soft, jaw, neck soft. You can let your head hang if that feels helpful for your next one. As you inhale, come back up. Now you're going to lace your fingers behind your head with the elbows out to the side. And if you look straight ahead, you'll see that you can't see the elbows. They're back behind your peripheral gaze. Now, keep them there, so one's not going to come forward, but as you exhale, just twist around towards the right. Don't want to see the one elbow, press it back. And then inhale, come on back. And exhale, change, twist the other way. Don't want to see the elbow, press it back. Nice, Peter, beautiful. Inhale, come on back. Let's go back to the first side. Exhale. And inhale, keep everything the same. Bring the left hand to your right knee, your right hand behind you. And then exhale, just twist a little further that same direction, but try not to lose that tone of the core. So that corset-like muscle that runs around the whole of your trunk is switched on here. You want to keep that. And then inhale, come on back. Exhale, lace the fingers behind your head one more time. Press the elbows back. Sit tall as you inhale. Good. Turn round to the left as you exhale. Everything stays the same, but as you inhale, bring the right hand to your left knee, left hand behind, and exhale now, twist a little further round towards that side. Yes, beautiful, guys. Soft front shoulder. Gentle tone of the lower belly. And then inhale, come on back, and exhale. So just change the cross of the shins again, only this time you could stay with that or stack the shins so it'll be that right on top of left, but see what feels appropriate for your body. Sit tall as you inhale and just start to hinge as you exhale. Doesn't have to be far, just a couple breaths here. And then as you inhale, pad your way up. Gonna keep the legs. Reach the left arm, bend the elbow, hand to the nape of the neck, and use your right hand to encourage the left elbow back. Now gently press your head back. Good. And just like we did in tree, soften the ribs in. Now everything stays the same, but start to drop your right ear to your right shoulder. And as you wrap that left shoulder blade, you get one of my favorite all-time stretches in the top of the shoulder where it meets the root of the side of the neck. And then head to center. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, change arms. So right elbow bends, left hand encourages the elbow back, head back, front ribs back just that little bit. Good. And then everything stays the same, but as you wrap the right shoulder blade, move your left ear towards your left shoulder, soft jaw. And then inhale, head back up, release the hands. Exhale, lean back and release the legs. Change sides last time with the legs, so either cross or stack the shins, whatever feels appropriate on this new side. Inhale, sit tall when you're ready. Good. Exhale, start to hinge forward. Patient and compassionate. Sit bones ground, base ribs slide forward. As you inhale, glide back up, keep the legs. You can always revert back to the first position. Now lift the elbows up and bring the left over the right. Option just to catch the shoulder blades, or if you can, cross the wrists, palms together. Lift the elbows, shoulders draw down. Tiny little cat stretch through the upper back without dropping the elbows. As you inhale, untangle, arms in a cactus briefly, And exhale, change. Right over left, option just to catch the shoulder blades, option to catch the thumb or cross the wrists, palms together. And as you lift the elbows, good, draw the shoulders down. As you keep that, do that tiny little cat stretch through the upper back, but without letting the elbows drop towards the chest. Breathe backwards. And as you inhale, entangle, arms in a cactus. And exhale, arms down. Big shoulder roll in one direction and in the other. And then lean back and release the legs out in front. Move the flesh of the buttocks out the way to anchor the sit bones. Sit tall up as you inhale. And as you exhale, just start to hinge forward, hands on the floor, shins, ankles, or feet, whatever feels right. Not only to your legs and your back, but your shoulders too. Remember, you can keep your knees bent if that feels better for your back. Three more breaths. Lovely. As you inhale, just glide your way back up. Scoot your way forward. And then bend your knees, feet on the floor. Feet maybe about hip bones distance apart or so. And either reach your arms forward if you're feeling quite strong, or hands behind your thighs if not so much. And as you exhale, just tuck your tail and feel the lower belly pull in. And then start to roll down until you're on your lower back. And then inhale, come up a bit. And exhale, roll down lower back to middle back. And inhale, come up a bit. Exhale, lower, middle, upper back. Inhale, come up a bit. And exhale, roll all the way down. And then when you're down, just like we did in the beginning, reach the legs forward, reach the arms up over your head, and just stretch long. And as you exhale, hug both knees in towards the chest. Lengthen the neckline. Reach the arms out to the side, and as you exhale, drop the knees to the right. To make it easier, slide the left knee back away from the right. To make it harder, try to stack the left knee on the right knee and shuffle the right shoulder blade right. Gently push the right elbow into the floor to let the left shoulder draw down. And like in the beginning, look up or over at the left hand, whatever your neck likes. Just fill the left rib cage with breath. And as you inhale, bring the knees up, find neutral through your hips and shoulders. And exhale, knees over the other way. So remember, to make it easier, just let that right knee slide back. To make it harder, try to stack the knees. And if they slide apart, then that's okay. Shuffle the left shoulder left. Press the left elbow gently into the floor to let that right shoulder drop down. And look up or over at the right hand. Breathe in such a way that at the height of the inhale, you feel you're challenging the muscles to open and set themselves free. And as you inhale, bring the knees back up. Exhale, place the feet on the floor and just find neutral again through the hips and the shoulders. Just take a moment here, and you have a choice. You could pigeon toe the feet and drop the knees in, or you could soles of the feet together and drop the knees out. But either way, bring the arms into a cactus shape and just subtly shuffle the shoulder blades down the back. Draw the base of the skull back so the neck is long. Just take a couple of breaths, just letting the shoulders and the neck relax into the floor. And the belly soft. In just a moment, we're going to bend up the knees if they're not already and straighten the legs for relaxation. But if you feel you'd rather come into a legs up the wall or legs on the bed or sofa pose, then just shuffle your way over and bring the legs up. Otherwise, bend the knees up if they're not already. Scoop the tail and straighten the legs forward. And then just let the legs flop. And you could keep your arms in cactus if that felt fruitful, or release the arms down, but just keep the arms just enough away from the body so the shoulders relax and there's access to the side ribs for breath. And when you come into your pose, just scan over your body. Be where you're holding now and let it go. Maybe take a nice deep breath, just nourishing and drawing in all the goodness. Just filling yourself up. And relaxing and letting go with the exhale. extra time. Invite you to stay as you are. Otherwise, just start to deepen the breath. Bring a little bit of movement to your fingers, your toes, your wrists, your ankles, your head. And once again, use an inhale and reach the arms up over your head and stretch out long and tall, just like how we started. And as you exhale, ground the lower back, bend the knees, and roll over to your side. Take a breath into the space behind the heart. And when you're ready to, press on up and come to sit. And if you're against a wall or a piece of furniture, you could always just lean your back onto it. And just give yourself that gentle support, that steadiness of foundation, that sense of balance that you've brought for yourself, no matter how out of balance other things might feel. And knowing that you have the strength to hold yourself. At the same time, just having that softness and that ease, a sense of presence and peace. And then just take a slower, deeper breath, just a little bit more energizing. And fold the hands to prayer in front of the heart and keep the heart lifted as you bow the head. May we take this feeling with us. And with me, take one more full breath in and let it go. Namaste.